The cry of the crowd, the roar of a lion, the clash of metal. Starting in 80 CE, these sounds rang through the stands of the Colosseum. On hundreds of days a year, over 50,000 residents of Rome and visitors from across the Roman Empire would fill the stadium's four stories to see gladiators duel, animals fight, and chariots race around the arena. And for the grand finale, water poured into the arena basin, submerging the stage for the greatest spectacle of all, staged naval battles. The Romans' epic mock maritime encounters called Naumachi started during the Julius Caesar's reign in the 1st century BC, over 100 years before the Colosseum was built actually. They were held alongside aquatic spectacles on natural and artificial bodies of water around Rome up through Emperor Flavius Vespasian, who began building the Colosseum in 70 CE on the site of a former lake. The Colosseum was intended to be a symbol of Rome's power in the ancient world, and what better way to display that power than a body of water that could drain and refill at the emperor's command? Vespasian's son, Flavius Titus, fulfilled his father's dream in 80 CE when he used war spoils to finish the Colosseum, or as it was known at the time, the Flavian Amphitheater. The grand opening was celebrated with 100 days and with full of gladiatorial games. Unlike the games in small amphitheaters funded by wealthy Romans, these lavish displays of imperial power were financed by the emperor, and parades of exotic animals, theatrical performances, and awe-inspiring events were all designed to display the king's glory. It's still a mystery of how engineers flooded the arena to create the aquatic effect. Some historians believe a giant aqueduct was diverted into the arena. Others think the system of chambers and sluice gates used to drain the arena were also used to fill it. These chambers could have been filled with water prior to the event and then opened to submerge the stage under more than a million gallons of water to create a depth of 5 feet. But even with all that water, the Romans had to construct miniature boats with special flat bottoms that couldn't escape the Colosseum floor. These boats ranged from 7 to 15 meters long, or that's what people think, and were built to look like vessels from famous encounters. During a battle, just as the opposing sides of the recreated battle, these warriors would duel across ships, boarding them, fighting, drowning, and incapacitating their foes until only one faction was left standing. Fortunately, not every watery display told such a gruesome story. In some of these floodings, a submerged stage allowed chariot drivers to glide across the waters as though they were Triton, making waves as he piloted his chariots on the sea. But the Colosseum's aquatic age didn't last forever. These naval battles proved so popular they were given their own nearby lake by Emperor Domitian in the early 90s CE. So this larger lake proved even better for this event, and the Colosseum soon gained a series of underground animal cages and trapdoors that didn't allow for further flooding. But for a brief time, the Flavian emperors controlled the tides and war and water in a spectacular show of power.